this is how I created my investing plan. And no, it had nothing to do with this marker. It had to do with this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. See, I was in college a few years ago, right, trying to figure the college thing out. I had almost no money. I was working part-time, but I was doing a lot of driving. And I started listening to audiobooks about money, about investing, to try to kind of like figure out, hey, how does this stuff work? What am I going to do here? And as I was reading this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, I was listening to an audiobook version of it. And I later bought the hard copy because I wanted to remember the principles in here. But I learned 3 really important things. The first thing I learned is that investing is really not that complicated. You just have to learn the rules and follow the patterns that work. The second thing I learned is that you don't have to and probably shouldn't start with a ton of money and invest it all at once. Instead, you just invest a little bit every time that you make money, right? Every time you have income, and let time work for you. The third thing I learned was that investments create returns. And if you reinvest those returns and figure out how to do that, it seems really, really small at first, but you start getting this thing called compounding, and compounding is extremely powerful. So if you want a simple way to, in a couple of hours, learn a lot of the basics of money, how it works, how investing works, the principles that have helped me and that help everybody who invests, because that's how investing works, check this book out, The Richest Man in Babylon. One of the coolest ones I've ever read.